This episode is brought to you by Terrible Origami, putting the OMG in origami. TerribleOrigami.com, home of the $1 Million Frog. Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember very well. We watch that movie and talk about it again after we have eaten pizza.
No.
That's a disaster.
Ate pizza.
We have had eaten pizza.
Nobody cares about the pizza.
Everyone cares about the pizza.
No, it's terrible. It makes us sound like we're middle school.
I get fan letters
Every day.
Saying, I wish I knew what kind of pizza you were
Please
having.
dedicate 5 more minutes to pizza talk every episode.
And I donate $50 to Totes Recall to find out what kind of pizza we
Ooh,
eat.
I like that.
Yeah. Anybody can do it.
Tiered donations.
Yeah. $100, you get to order pizza for us and pick the toppings.
$150, you get to order... We'll tell you what pizza we're going to get ahead of time, and then you can order it for yourself while you're listening to the show.
And you could live eat.
Yeah.
While...
Well, we live eat.
Yep.
Yep.
My name is Dan.
I'm Molly.
I'm also Dan.
I'm Beth.
And our movie this week, in celebration of the reboot, is Jurassic Park 1.
Revisiting.
Revisiting.
I don't think it's called Jurassic Park 1.
I mean, it is now, right?
JP1.
JP1.
That is my first bet. Jurassic Park.
Well, sure. But
Well, just like they didn't call World War I until World War II happened.
yes.
Called it the Great War.
Or the war to end all wars because they were short-sighted.
Why didn't they call like World War II the last World War?
Because at that point, I think they'd already been jaded enough to realize, like, oh, this could totally happen
We
again.
gotta leave the door open.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't leave
mean
it open.
last, like, there won't be another one, or most recent?
like The Secret. Put like what you want in the world out into the world. So saying World War II,
Right.
so the last World War.
Yeah, how about
Saying, like,
World War II? We're done with that now.
Well, but
Yeah.
you got to remember, Beth, that like when the Second World War ended, like the Soviet Empire was still looming large, so the
you know
opportunities
what would
for
have
global
been cool
warfare.
during World War II is if pterodactyls.
Hell yeah, that'd been amazing.
Are there pterodactyls in this one?
No.
I think that's number 3.
Oh no, wait,
Or two.
no, they're not.
I think doesn't it fly away at the very end?
No, those are birds.
No. At the very last when they're helicoptering out.
Wait, the last Jurassic Park or the last frame of this movie?
The last frame of JP1.
No, birds. Dan's bet, birds.
Wow.
You think that they're birds and not pterodactyls?
Yes, because it's
There's
about
one
the cycle of
pterodactyl.
evolution.
I agree with Dan, but in a less angry way.
That's pretty much the dynamic of the show, right?
Right. I feel like what you're describing, Molly, is like a shitty horror movie, like little stinger at the end, like here comes number 2, pterodactyls.
Ooh.
I distinctly remember a pterodactyl nest. Mm-hmm. That could be another.
not-
I think it's
JP1.
JP3 or maybe 2, The Lost
I don't
World.
think I've ever seen.
There
3.
is no flying dinosaur in JP1.
Okay, I would just like to make a Molly's bet
Okay.
that there is some kind of flying dinosaur in JP1.
It might not be attacking.
No,
But
I think it's just
I
I think it's
never
just
said
beautiful.
It's like the main
It was
villain
just
of
beautiful.
one of them, of like number
2 or
3.
3.
Or
Rodan.
2
It must
or
be 3 because 2
Rodan.
is Velociraptors.
Still Raptors.
Yeah.
This one is Raptors, definitely Raptors.
Raptors
Oh,
and T-Rex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, T-Rex is in there,
I thought the
but
T-Rex was like the major.
Raptors are the star of this movie.
Raptors are like they're like the alien of this movie. Like
Yeah.
in the movie Aliens, the Raptors are like the alien. Which
They
is
can
like,
open doors.
They are on. We are jumping ahead of ourselves
Okay.
Sorry.
here.
Yeah. So
We have to get back to this because there's definitely a lot of T-Rex action in
Oh.
this movie. In
I
fact,
just
that's
want-
all I can remember about this movie.
well, I would love to hear what Beth remembers about this movie.
That's true.
Okay.
We also haven't talked about
See-
our personal experience watching this movie.
Let's
Okay.
start with Beth.
Okay. I don't know when I saw this movie. Probably when it came out. Like, not in theaters for sure, but probably on a VHS somewhere. And I haven't seen it since, I don't think. I know I've seen the second one a bunch of times.
Why?
Who knows? I feel like maybe one of my friends had that on VHS or it was VHS for
Were
sure.
you and
not
your friends
DVD.
obsessed with Jeffy G? So you just wanted to check out The Lost World over and over?
Yeah. That's definitely.
Was-
No, I think I liked that one a lot because there was a strong young female character in it. She was a gymnast and she did a flip and kicked a velociraptor in the face.
Let's watch that one.
No.
I agree, but in a less angry way.
In fact, now that I think about it, I think I saw the second one before I saw the first one.
Oh,
That could be true, could be false. Who knows?
no way to prove it.
Yeah. So that's you guys want me to guess what the movie's about, or you want to share your experiences?
I want to share my experience.
Okay.
I'm certain I saw this movie in theaters. I want to say like 93. I want to say this is a 93 movie. I was definitely, it feels like a junior high experience for me. I know I also had a sweet ass birthday party where we went to the second run theater in my town, which no longer exists, called the Old Mill.
Oh.
And my dad was very excited because it was a very reasonably priced birthday party to take 10 to 15 kids to like this, I think it was $2 movies.
Nice.
And we saw, and that was, I was seeing it again when I did that. Yeah, it was good. This movie was good.
I think I'm going to guess I saw it in 91. That is my bet.
Ooh.
I don't have any real factual basis for that, except I remember my sister's boyfriend was really into Jurassic Park. And I remember Jurassic Park when it came out was during an era where multi-channel merchandising was really coming into play. So you could get like Jurassic fries. You could like biggie size. No, that's wrong. Make it bigger. The
Super size.
super size.
Yeah.
Big size.
You can supersize things into Jurassic sizes.
Nice.
And we all started talking about things in terms of Asaurus. Like everything was like Brontosaurus Rex. It was really fun. And I ended up reading the Michael Crichton book.
Yes.
Which is a very, you can make fun of him all you want, and I encourage us to. But he can write a really great book. So yeah, I've read it, I've seen the movie, and then I saw it in its re-release about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I remember this movie. There was a re-release, something
Yes,
like
there
that.
was.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Did
Yes.
you get like remastered? Like they put Jabba the Hutt
They
in?
3Dized
it was in
it.
3D.
They 3Dized it.
Oh,
Dinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not
Oh.
see that.
So I have seen it very recently, so I'm going to hold back on some of the details that I remember.
All right. And yet you still insist that
still-
it's a pterodactyl.
Well,
Interesting.
you know.
Interesting. I definitely saw this movie when it came out in the theaters because I distinctly remember my brother and I going with our mother and insisting that she not sit with us because my mother is notorious for audibly gasping whenever anything remotely startling happens. Like sometimes, and I'm talking like low level startling, like literally like someone could step into frame and sometimes she'll be like, so we were like, Mom, you cannot sit next to us because we knew what this movie was going to be. You know what I mean? Like you saw the previews, like you knew like dinosaurs were going to be popping out all the time.
There's some high level starters.
There's some high level dinosaur startles.
So you left your post-traumatic stress disorder mother alone
Yes.
in one of the most suspenseful movies out at the time.
Yeah, we were teens.
How
Howard.
far away was acceptable for her to sit? Did she also see the movie?
Yes,
How far away were you sitting? Did she acquiesce to your demands?
she did.
Yes, okay.
We were like maybe like there was like a buffer row. I think.
Okay.
Not that far.
Sure.
But
She
we honestly, our main concern, I don't think so much was embarrassment, so much as like we wouldn't be able to hear the movie.
Yeah,
because she'd be gasping all the time.
focus on the
I
dinos.
wanted to focus on them sweet CGI dinos,
Yeah.
which blew my fucking mind.
They looked so good.
They looked
Oh, yeah.
so good.
They're CGI.
Well, some partly. Like
yeah.
Jurassic Park was sort of like one of the big forefronts of like, look what computers can do. Like some of them are animatronic for sure.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. There were a lot of
Yeah.
puppets.
But there's like certain scenes. there are certain scenes that are sort of like those were presented at the time of just like the wonders of computer graphics now, like the magic that film
Yeah.
can offer with computer graphics. Because like there's whole sequences, usually like wider shots where there's dinosaurs just doing stuff. That's just
Yeah.
all computers.
Right.
I just want to add that this movie changed the way I saw chickens
Ooh,
and birds for the rest of my life. Also reading the book.
Yes.
But yeah.
I also read the
Because of
book.
their feet?
I should say that. At the time.
Yeah, the way they move, because they studied chickens and birds and how they move to inform dinosaurs.
Yes.
Because a lot of it's based on that dig in Montana and the realization of dinosaur hip bones and bird hip bones and how much
Yeah.
they have in common.
Well, if you ever have seen a bird's feet, like up close, they look like dinosaur feet.
They are
scaly.
dinosaurs.
They've got
Yeah, they're big time
Claws.
dinosaurs.
Birds are dinosaurs.
I was in Hawaii
No big deal.
last year, no big deal. But on Kauai, there's just like loose chickens everywhere. And I was like, holy shit, these are dinosaurs. Just like watching chickens walk around.
Yeah.
It's like watching little furry dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But
They're
that's
adorable.
also informed, though, by this movie, right? Because they were referencing chickens and
For-
how they made the dinosaurs move.
Yes.
And now we think that's how dinosaurs move.
The T-Rex.
And so we project it back on the chickens.
The pace of the T-Rex gait was based on chickens running.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did, and I've forgotten that I knew it, and
Yeah.
it's subconscious now. But that fact sounds new to me.
I'm pretty sure they modeled the T-Rex on chickens running, or some sort of bird.
On Chicken Run,
The
Aardman
Aardman animation movie from 10 years later.
with Mel
Yes,
Gibson.
there was a time warp. Steven Spielberg was like, "I love this movie. I want to make my own movie."
Love
Michael
Mel
Crichton
Gibson.
was like, "I've got a dinosaur book." He's like, "Close enough." And Jurassic Park was born.
Yep.
I can't remember if I read the novel before the movie came out, or if I saw the movie and was like, "I got to read that book."
Yeah.
Because I wasn't. I mean, I was still relatively young, but I know my dad was reading the book, so maybe I just was like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't remember."
Is
But
that
I
why
read the
your
book.
dad didn't go see the movie?
What?
Is that why your dad didn't go see the movie? Because he didn't read the book?
No, I don't know, because my parents were divorced, and I was just with my mom at the time.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Molly. Jeez. I tried to forget that time with the wonders of dinosaurs. Yeah.
Oops.
But yeah, this movie's awesome. I loved dinosaurs as a kid. I still do.
All kids
So-
too. Well, not all kids, but it's like a very like
It's a common
kids love dinosaurs,
thing.
and I'm not like I love dinosaurs, but I don't know what
it is.
what taps into child brain that it's like, yeah, dinosaurs are pretty universal,
It's like trains and dinosaurs
Yeah.
both have specific.
right?
Time
I don't know if it's
periods.
like big,
I think
powerful
because they're
things.
huge.
Yeah, I
Right?
think it's partly because it's like they're like creatures of fantasy, but science tells us that they were real.
Yeah.
So it's like this cool thing where it's like there used to be these awesome fantasy monsters around.
Right. Gotta be still bananas to see a dinosaur.
Right?
Like, I feel like they do a pretty good job in that first scene
The wonder.
where they,
Yeah.
because like the lady, Laura Dern,
Yeah.
is looking at like a leaf, and she's like, "Oh, this leaf shouldn't exist." And then Sam Neill
Yes.
is like sees a brontosaurus, which is back, guys.
Oh,
Brontosaurus
yeah?
is back. Have you aware of this news
I'm
headline?
not aware of this.
So, do you remember as children that the brontosaurus was a thing?
Yes.
And then eventually,
Dreams were crushed.
Yeah, science
Yep.
was like, brontosaurus is bullshit.
Yep.
It's a brachiosaurus.
Yes.
But now,
And a patasaurus.
Yeah.
As well.
just in the last, like, I'd say 2-3 months, they're like, nope, we were wrong.
They were wrong about being wrong?
Wrong about being wrong, and brontosaurus is back.
What?
It's a real dinosaur.
So was one of the other two fake then?
Yeah.
Or are they all real now?
I think maybe they're all real.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
There's a lot
miracle.
of tall dinosaurs now.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, they're all tall, but like
Well, not all of them. I mean,
giraffe-like dinosaurs.
oh, those ones. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
tall. They're all real.
Long necks.
Yeah.
It's the land before time.
Yep.
But yeah, Sam Neill stands up and he's like, holy shit, and like tugs on Laura Dern's
Yeah.
whatever.
Like cartoonishly, like,
Yeah.
Do they start on the island?
no.
This movie opens, I believe, at a dig, right?
No.
No. Oh,
What?
no. there's
This
a
movie cold opens where where you get Muldoon's mouth shouting, a close of his mouth shouting because a
Who's Muldoon?
dinosaur. Muldoon is the badass
He's Australian-
like game hunter they hired to like keep the dinosaurs under control or
Right.
something.
He's
Okay.
kind of a cartoon character.
He's very much a cartoon character. No, the movie starts where I think they're like shipping a dinosaur into the
Velociraptor.
park,
Yeah.
and like some poor, I assume, illegal migrant worker gets like caught up in the raptor cage, and Muldoon is I just remember his giant mouth on the screen shouting at them to shoot the dinosaur.
Yeah.
And they don't.
So it's like, this place is dangerous.
Yes.
And then they're like, children.
Nope. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I wonder, this is why I'm so interested in what you remember, Beth.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's certain moments that I remember from the first viewing that were so powerful for me, but I wonder...
Here's what I remember.
We're trying to plumb your youthful mind.
Okay. I remember, I don't know how it starts.
Cool.
I know that they're on an island. Richard Attenborough is the actor, correct?
I think so.
He is a grandfather, and he has 2 grandchildren.
He does?
I might be making this
Yes.
up.
Yes, it's
I
great.
think those are the kids.
Don't tell her she's wrong. Go ahead.
Isn't that right?
Then
I don't
there's
know.
those 2 people you referenced earlier.
Yep.
They're both archaeologists or some sort of dinosaur experts. They're on the island to check some stuff out.
Yep.
Then Jeff Goldblum's there for some reason.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jeffy G.
Then I remember they're on the island, something happens, and all the electrical fences turn off.
Ah.
Then there's a dinosaur, a T-Rex escapes and eats someone on a toilet.
Yep.
That's like the water glass part.
Oh.
Then they're in a trailer or something, and then a big eye pops into the window, and the T-Rex tries to push them off of a cliff, but then it loses somehow. And then they fly off the island in a helicopter. That is what I remember.
Awesome.
Awesome. That
Great
could be
summary.
a complete...
I feel like there's a part where a T-Rex eats someone in a waterfall, and then there's blood in the waterfall. That might be the second one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That seems
That's
like maybe
bad.
a second.
Blood waterfall.
Blood waterfall.
Wow.
I think you got most of the high points.
Well,
There's a... Yeah, I guess you're forgetting this.
high dinosaur points. There's
High
definitely
dinosaur
she definitely got a lot of the high dinosaur points.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the high character actor points though have yet to be touched.
I remember mosquitoes. That's how they get the DNA, is from the mosquitoes
Yes.
in the agates or something. Agates.
Oh man.
Molasses sap.
If that were true,
Right.
that would have changed childhood so much because people were obsessed with finding agates. But if Jurassic Park taught them that you could get dinosaurs out of them, it'd be like a whole new game.
Wait, people are obsessed with finding agates
yeah,
in
they
your
weren't-
life?
No,
Yeah.
like cool rocks,
Maybe
right?
that's like a Minnesotan.
Oh,
Like
sorry.
you go up
Sorry, you
to-
lived in the magical West Coast or wherever the hell you
Yeah, I
grew
know.
up.
Surfing.
That might be like a
Looking at
Lake
tide pools.
Superior
Yeah,
go up and
maybe.
find agates kind of thing.
Okay, wow, yeah. No,
Sorry we grew up in beautiful glacier cut landscapes that had incredible rock formations.
apology accepted.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Forget it.
I know. I really am tickled by that cultural moment you shared.
What are you hoping to find a sweet crop of kush that you could smoke up with your bros?
I mean, when we summered in Maine, we were hoping to
Oh
find
my god.
sea glass. But then, where I grew up on the West Coast, we were just going to tide pools all the time looking for hermit crabs.
Remember hermit crabs when I was a kid?
Sure. Crawdads. I looked
Oh,
for
crawdads, not hermit crabs.
Those are different.
Those don't exist here.
Although crawdads, there's a big regional difference in names of crawdads.
Right, there
Let's
are.
go around and share what we call crawdads.
Oh no.
Let's not do that. It's super boring.
Crayfish. Bye.
I bet Molly has an adorable southernism. though.
I don't. I actually, that's Louisiana. It's not Georgia. So I don't know.
Anyway, dinosaurs.
Yep.
Well, so I will say though that one of the main things that I got out of this movie was the velociraptors testing the fence, and that has become a metaphor for me in many situations where I feel like children, for example, are always like little raptors testing the fence because they have nothing better to do,
Right.
and they can test every inch of the fence and find your weakness and take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
God, velociraptors are so BA in this movie.
Yeah, they are like straight up creepy and like have incredible agency for giant reptiles.
Is there a scene in this one where they're running through like tall grass?
No.
That's the second one.
wait, there could be tall grass.
Yeah, but
There's one where they're running through tall
I
grass.
know
and the
exactly
raptors
what
are, like,
she's talking
taking
about,
people
and there's
down
not
because they're
this one.
hiding in the grass.
Oh no, but there is a beautiful herd running scene.
Yes.
Yeah. Where they
There's a
jump over
stampede.
log.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems awfully simple. Let's just hide behind this log.
Well, it's just sort of like...
And they weren't carnivorous dinosaurs. They were just a herd of herbivores trying to go somewhere.
And they were trying to not get Mufasa'd.
Right. Nice reference.
You're welcome.
Okay, Dan's bet. Jeffy G is going to be the most delightful part of this movie.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I always get a specific moment in this movie and Independence Day confused.
Okay.
But there's a
let's
moment
hash it out.
in one of those movies where you just cut to him straight up lounging with his shirt open and like just sweat just like glistening off his hairy chest.
It's this
Is
one.
this one?
Yes.
Okay, it might be both.
Strap in.
Actually. But
That's true. It could be both.
it's so weird to me that he's a
it's
sex
amazing.
symbol.
It's
But he-
incredible.
Well.
He was.
He
like,
was.
I think, like, in The Fly.
The
like,
Fly.
Early.
Come on.
And so, like, by the time you get to Jurassic Park and Independence Day, it's, like, the tail end of sexy Jeff Goldblum
Yes.
and the start of, like, insane Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. You get a beautiful hybrid.
Yeah. Because he's bananas. And now he's, like, just magical.
Yeah.
I love him in everything I see now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a modern day Christopher Walken. Who's still around.
Who's still around?
But just like, like the
younger.
weirdo, like the charming weirdo actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love about the movie version of Jurassic Park is that they give even less explanation for why his character is on the island because they only have a tight 2 hours or whatever.
He's the chaos theory
Right.
guy.
Like in the book, there's like a whole monologue about like statistical whatever and like insurance and blah blah blah. In the movie, I think it's straight up just like, oh, it's that damnable mathematician that we invited to the island or something.
And he's like maybe hitting on Laura Dern.
Oh, he's straight up hitting on
Is
Laura
he?
Dern. Oh yeah.
Okay, maybe I just didn't pick up on it.
No.
Or like I started to, but I was like,
There's
maybe
a
he's just
distinct moment where he's like, she's not available, is she? And then Sam Neill just cockblocks him hard.
Well, because he should be better at expressing his feelings.
Yes.
And they also have a dilemma in their relationship.
Yes.
that
They
needs
are
to be resolved.
they are a couple.
They are a couple already, or
Yes.
it's not like we fell in
Well,
love because
they are a
dinosaurs
couple,
attacked us.
but they are in a strained period when they go to the island.
Are they? They're not married,
Correct.
but maybe they should get married. Are they kind of in a shit or get off the pot situation?
Sort of.
I don't want to give it away for you.
What's the
you
first
to
half
be
of the show if not the time of the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am confusing them with the Twister couple.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wow, yeah.
I feel like we maybe talked about this when we did Twister, but like these movies kind of look similarly, although Twister's not good, and this is an amazing movie.
Right.
And
Let's hope so.
I hope that pans out.
Right.
But like just the dynamics of like strained relationship, and maybe Dan even made this point of like, what else is an awesome force of nature? Oh, tornadoes. But yeah, so I'm confusing their relationship of like,
Right.
but they're about to get divorced, maybe.
Yeah.
And Twister.
And Twister.
Yeah.
And this one, they maybe are about to get married, or they.
Yeah.
They're
they
like
have a more
they're-
hopeful
Yeah, they're still
relationship.
way into each other,
Yeah.
but they're just at a moment. They're at a crossroads now where they want different things.
Are they trying to have kids? Is one
They're
of them
not
want
trying
kids?
to. Just one of them wants
There's-
kids.
that's
and
the
other
strain.
doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, and then they fall in love with the children on the island.
That might be an overstatement. I feel like one of them learns to tolerate.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
a better way to put it.
Yeah.
There is the dinosaurs are the main villain, really, but isn't there's like a sub-villain who is Newman.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
He's trying to get something sciencey, right?
Yes.
He like is trying to get a dinosaur or some of the DNA or something.
Yes. He is amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Dennis Nedry.
He has the best exit line ever. He's like, I'm just going to go get a Coke or a soda.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
And then he is killed by a tiny dinosaur
Tinier.
Yeah, like a, I don't know, dog-sized dinosaur.
Yeah.
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 that has like venom spit.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
spitter ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like that one didn't get as much play, but that's still pretty
Oof.
crazy. It
Terrifying.
just, like,
He
spit
seems
venom in your
friendly at
face.
first.
I feel like I had like a friend who had a toy of that dinosaur
With the-
that it would like
Yeah.
yeah
With the frills.
like, that
Oh.
thing would pop up.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
And it was like fabric-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But those dinosaurs didn't actually have those frills. They just added those for visual aesthetic effect. Those dinosaurs were actually slightly taller and did not have any sort of decorative frills. But they were theorized to have venom sacs attached to their throats.
Cool. Cool story.
Guys, I read a lot about dinosaurs when I was a kid.
Yeah, you did your post-research after this movie. Did this inspire dino research?
No, this just fed the flames more. I had been obsessed with dinos since I was a young child.
I had a poster on my wall that I really liked as a kid that was just like a very scientific chart of like, here's a bunch of dinosaurs organized by era.
Me too.
And with a little
Yeah.
like silhouette of a man to compare the size.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was good because you'd be like, holy shit, this is so big.
Yeah.
These dinosaurs are so big.
Yeah.
How can something even exist that's so big?
It's crazy.
I feel like a blue whale is bigger than all of the dinosaurs.
No.
Is that not true?
I feel like it's true.
Well, like,
That's bet. Whales are bigger than dinosaurs.
most of them. I mean, if you're just talking about, like, tonnage, probably. But if we're talking length, I think there's a gigantic long neck that is pretty goddamn big.
All right. We'll have to look it up.
Like head to tail is your measurement for bigness? And
Well, I'm just saying, like, that is the one statistic that they might beat out a blue whale.
most longest.
Yeah.
So is anyone worried about not liking this movie as much as you used to?
Yes.
No. I am on board for this movie.
Oh,
as Beth was describing it, I was like re-remembering the insane amount of like iconic scenes in this movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned the water cup already, eating the guy from the toilet.
Yes.
There's another one when they're running away from that T-Rex that's like been referenced so many times.
Yes.
The objects are closer than they may appear.
Yes.
In the
Big
mirror.
laugh line in the movie.
Yeah. This was basically like Spielberg's like Jaws again. Like he like once again like just like defined the blockbuster for the 90s.
Yeah.
Cuz this owned pop culture.
Clever girl.
Yes.
I say that all the time.
Right?
Still.
How can you not?
It's been like 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard this several times. I do not remember it, and I feel like I would. But is there a line in it that is "Hold on to your butt"?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there absolutely is.
Definitely.
Delivered by beloved actor Samuel Jackson in a rather underexposed role, I guess. Like he's not understated because he's still very aggressive and awesome, but he's not in it a ton, which is actually kind of fun. It's just like holy shit, there he is.
Is this early Sam Jackson before he's like a big deal, or just like he has a small role, but it's still like, oh, it's Sam Jackson?
This is like I think this is the beginning of the modern renaissance of Sam Jackson.
Is this pre-Pulp Fiction?
I don't know.
Molly's bets no.
Yeah, I bet it's a couple years after.
Post-Pulp?
Yeah.
Post-Pulp?
I think Pulp Fiction is 91, and I think this movie was 93.
I think Pulp Fiction. I would do the opposite.
Me too.
Well,
You think
anyway.
93 on Pulp and 91 on
That's my
JP1?
guess. Yep.
Well, I would just do the opposite on the order of when Sam Jackson was in those movies. I think Jurassic Park came out in like 93.
Pulp
That's
Fiction
right.
also might be 96.
That seems
No, I
too
think it's
late.
at least 93.
Well, Pulp Fiction, my mom and my stepdad were definitely together because they went on a date to see it.
Okay.
And I was like, what'd you see? Pulp Fiction. Oh, was it good? And they kind of gave a coy answer,
Right.
which now I understand because it's like, the movie's pretty
There's a lot
violent.
going
and-
on.
Right.
There's like a lot going on in that movie.
Yeah.
So as a teen, preteen,
Tween.
tween, as a tween? Oh, God. That term didn't exist. It's weird to think of myself as ever being a tween because anyway.
So maybe it's not so important we figure out when Pulp Fiction came out.
Right.
Maybe it would be a good idea, though. I mean, how many dinosaurs? Are you giving it 5 dinosaurs?
Oh.
5 butts? I don't know how you want to...
Ooh, yeah.
Do
That's
we
our
want to
ranking
talk
this
about the Bechdel test before we
Yeah.
Yes.
the movie?
I'm going to hope it passes, but very slimly.
I'm going to give it a
I think-
hopeful yes.
I'm going to give it a yes. I think that the young girl and
Laura
Laura Dern
Dern.
will talk.
Yeah.
at some
But that's like
point.
your only chance, right? They're like the only two main females in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the rest is just dudes.
I'm going to give it hopeful yes as well. I do want to add, this was I think this might have been the first movie where I thought about sexism in stories generally. Because I saw like the movie had been out, everybody had seen it, and one of my friends was like, hey, you know Michael Crichton's a sexist? And like to hear that and not really understand like the large scope of what that meant, it was just like a label like, I don't know, like anything else. And then to think like, well, what does that mean? Yeah, that's why like the girl, like they swapped for the movie, the two kids.
Right.
Because in the book, the girl's the useless one and the boy like knows computers.
Right. I mean, in the book, the girl is much younger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, people, there was like a weird moment of like, people are sexist.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can still be successful. And it was a very odd moment to like think about that sort of thing. It's like in California where everybody just loves each other.
Right.
And like, there's no sexism, it's just equality
There's
everywhere.
no, like,
as far as the eye can
tensions
see.
between groups that have been undermined for decades
But I still think Bechdel-wise, hopefully, yes.
Should. And it is a little sad because the girl is mostly inept and scared through most of the movie, and at the end she does know computers.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. It's still,
But it's so wrong.
Yes.
And we can get into it in the second
it's
half,
going to be
but
amazing.
it is so...
I'm looking forward
it's
to
my
it.
favorite
Yeah,
one.
Beth,
Technology
I'm
of all
looking
time.
forward to you seeing that again. I think
Oh, yeah,
really...
because I don't remember it
That's
at
awesome.
all.
That's perfect. So
five dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah, just 5 velociraptors. All of just everything. This movie's gonna be so good.
I'm going to give it 4. Based in part on that I've seen it fairly recently, and I'm scared there aren't going to be any surprises left for
Right.
me.
Oh.
I'm going to give it a 4 just to allow myself the opportunity to be delighted more than I expect, because I am slightly nervous. Like, I don't think I've seen this for quite a while, like at least 10 years. So I'm nervous that it's going to like show its age a little. I'm going to be like, ugh, for at least part of it. Like when Jeffy G's on screen, I'm going to be eyes wide open. Anytime a dinosaur does anything, I'm going to be like, this movie's awesome. I'm just worried there's going to be like a couple of moments that I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's still held up as like one of the great, blockbuster adventure films.
That is exactly why I'm going to give it 5.
Wait, what is our unit of ranking?
Dinosaurs.
Okay.
Dinosaurs.
I'm going to give it 5 because
What dinosaur?
a brontosaurus because it's real.
Ooh.
And because I feel like I remember liking it. I don't remember it that well, but it's talked about so much as being such a great movie that I have very high expectations for it. So, 5 dinos.
Is that not a recipe for disaster?
No, it's going to be great.
I agree.
Mine is 4 compies, which are the little dudes that just run around,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
chicken-sized ones.
That eat eggs?
Yeah.
Those are cool. They're the cute
The real name is way longer, but I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Compy?
Yeah, but they call them compies in the book.
Molly,
Maybe in
do
the
you want to
movie.
specify your grading dinosaur?
Yeah, I'm going to use the cool dinosaur.
Coolosaurus Rex?
Yep.
Coolosaurus Rex?
Is that the Kraft macaroni and cheese dinosaur?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's his name.
Wow.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we're going to hit pause, go watch Jurassic Park, and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Yay.
Yay! We have just seen 127 magical minutes of Jurassic Park, which came out in the year 1993.
3, yeah!
Yay.
Yeah, me and Beth nailed it. Maybe Dan, I forget what he said.
I don't think I necessarily called a year,
Oh.
but I silently agreed with you guys.
Sure.
Oh.
This came out in a pre-Pulp Fiction world.
Ha!
Yeah, I
Which
was
was
wrong
released
on
in
that one.
1994.
Nice.
Really important for viewing.
Yes.
Well, we needed to know what mental state Samuel L. Jackson was in.
Or what
during-
mental state the world was in about Samuel.
Yeah.
True.
Because like if this had been a year after Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
and be like, oh shit, there's Sam Jackson. When is he gonna just like lose his mind
Yeah,
and
like-
start
Yeah.
screaming and
And
dropping?
like just like rip a raptor apart with his bare hands.
yeah,
Yeah,
But-
but as it is, you don't even see him get killed by a dinosaur.
yeah,
He does get killed by a dinosaur though.
he does.
It's very tragic.
I think that's what one of the reasons this movie works and still works is that a lot of the stuff happens off screen.
Yes.
Like so you don't.
Yeah.
It's not like in your face. So it doesn't really rely on in your face action all the time.
Apparently, only 15 minutes where an actual dinosaur appears.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That is impressive, actually.
I found that online. I wasn't counting all.
No, I know. I understand.
Yeah, that's not a lot of minutes.
No.
127.
No, they get to the action right away.
So it is like the Alien. Because the Alien in Aliens barely shows up, too.
That's true.
Or the Alien in Alien.
Or the shark in Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aliens. There's
All
more.
the time. They're like all over the place.
All over the place. But yeah, this movie is great. I like
Yes.
this movie a lot.
Me
Me
too.
too.
No pterodactyls at the end.
Boom.
No.
Birds.
They are
I don't
Lock a bird.
understand why we have to bring up all the vets that I lost.
To be fair, they were pelicans.
They look
And
like
they look a
pterodactyls.
lot like
A
pterodactyls.
lot of birds look like
But
pterodactyls.
especially
kind
a
of the point.
pelican.
That's the point. That's the whole point of the birds, is that they look like dinosaurs.
But like, if you put like a chickadee up there, you wouldn't be like, oh,
Why would
that's
there be a chickadee on a Costa Rican island flying around the ocean? If they had shown a little chubby turd dinosaur, you'd be like, oh, it's like a chickadee without feathers. Although actually now they think the most dinosaurs actually probably had precursors of feathers, that the raptors and even possibly the T-Rex would have some sort of protrusions
What's a
running down.
feather?
Well, like, it's not really like a soft, silky, beautiful thing. It's just sort of like some weird crap poking out of there.
Sure. They look mangy?
Yeah.
Like mangy birds?
Yeah, if you look, I encourage all of you to Google the current theory on dinosaurs' appearances, because they have some pretty...
Is that the search term? Current theory
I don't
on
know.
dinosaur appearances?
Just put in dinosaur feathers, it'll come up. But they have some pretty, like, BA illustrations of basically, like, the dinosaurs that you know and love in Jurassic Park, except now instead of being, like, cool reptiles, they're cool reptiles that have a bunch of, like, crazy feathers all over them.
Will Jurassic World weigh in on the feather controversy?
I don't think so.
No.
Do you think they'll be sleek Jurassic Park
Well,
style reptile?
The trailer shows raptors that look exactly like the raptors in this movie.
Right.
So I think it's a branding thing.
And he's like riding them or something?
I think he's just riding with them.
Oh, okay.
What I think is cool about Jurassic World is,
We're just talking about that movie now?
well, no, just quickly. It's because it happens 21 years into the future. So people
Is
have
Chris Pratt that same kid that's in this one?
I don't know.
Tim.
I don't know, Tim. But
Tim got ripped.
but yeah, what's cool about it is if you think about it, if you had Jurassic Park in existence for 21 years, people probably would get very tired of it or become ordinary. Like in the same way, people are got so bored with missions to the moon, very, very quickly. We just got used to it and we stopped
because
caring.
we are terrible monsters who don't appreciate the progress of mankind.
Well, the progress of mankind is mankind's downfall in this movie.
That's true.
I feel like the theme of hubris
Oh, yeah.
is fairly thick.
Yeah, real thick. Much like the thick score laid on by John Williams.
By John Thick Williams.
Oh, man.
I think we have done another John Williams movie.
Yes.
I don't remember which one it was.
Home Alone.
Was it Home Alone?
Yes.
But I remember that one also was thick.
Yeah, like it was really letting you know,
Feel
like...
this
yeah.
now, you're feeling now. Here's your feelings and
Feeling it's majestic and it's amazing. Dinosaurs alive today. Here comes dinosaurs. We're all right.
That's the soundtrack. Still great.
Great theme song though. I mean, as much as his scoring is like all over the place, like the main Jurassic Park theme is still a classic piece of film scoring.
It's interesting how it's like a two-pronged attack of like major nostalgia song, but also like still like in its own right an emotionally swelling song.
Indeed.
When they welcome to Jurassic Park it.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Was that your John Hammond impression?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said John Hamm, and I was like, he was not in this movie.
That'd be amazing. He was Tim.
He was Tim.
Tim grows up to be Don Draper.
Maybe he's that little kid at the beginning.
Yeah, the kid from Mad Men,
He's not.
Glenn.
It's not the same kid.
It's not the same
He
kid.
looks exactly.
I
a lot like
He
disagree.
can't be because
Glenn
he would
looks
be an
way
adult
creepier.
Glenn just is creepy.
Google Glenn from Mad Men, kid at the beginning of Jurassic Park that Sam Neill threatens to cut open with a raptor claw.
That seems pretty awesome.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so that's not the very beginning,
No.
but that's the second beginning scene where we
Third
meet,
beginning scene.
The third beginning scene where
Yeah.
we meet our protagonist, where the kid's like, "Oh, he doesn't look so scary. It's just bones.
a big chicken.
Yeah. after everybody laughs at Sam Neill for being like, of course they're birds. Look how bird-like they are. And the kid is like, that's not scary. And then Sam Neill goes for like a good 2 minutes, like slowly describing how this child would be killed and eaten alive by raptors.
Yeah. With a prop, with like a curved scythe-like raptor claw in his hand.
That he carries around everywhere.
Apparently. Is he a serial killer?
Well, maybe.
Oh.
No,
A raptor
he's
killer.
Not. No, he's not.
I'm starting to
Beth
think
is
he is.
considering that possibility.
The raptor killer. He hates children.
Yes.
Yeah.
They smell. They're expensive. Some other points he makes.
Yeah. It's a very tidy script. It does not take you long to understand
What's going on.
that setup. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel like the like we were talking about them having kind of like a rocky relationship, and I feel like it wasn't rocky
No.
really. It was more like they had just mentioned children at the beginning, and then it was like, hey, hang out with these kids, you might get to like them
Right.
a bit.
It seemed like it was more a ongoing conversation that time had exaggerated in my head
yeah.
as like a legit beef between them.
I kind of wonder if I didn't superimpose the Twister relationship,
Yeah.
you
Right,
know,
yeah.
because it's had a lot of similar elements.
It did.
Yeah, this Twister, I'm almost sure we already made this point in
We
the
did.
Twister episode, so go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it definitely feels like Twister was like, oh, how many things can we borrow from that? And put on top.
And, you know, it's
But do
also
them differently and not as well.
well, and in a lot of ways, the kid Tim, especially, is super annoying in this movie. Although in hindsight, I realize that part of the reason he's annoying is because he doesn't listen to anyone, and he's
Yeah.
got this tenacious curiosity.
Yes.
If you think about it, that is the spitting image of all the scientists that are around them. They disregard all authority at all times because they're so driven by curiosity
Right.
and discovery.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could say Tim, you know, he spends so much time realizing what he can do, he doesn't consider whether he should do it. Ian Malcolm, Jeff G.
Yeah.
Classic quote.
Sexy Jeff.
Yes, Beth.
Oh,
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't really find. I know that he's supposed to be annoying. I didn't really find him to be that annoying. I thought he was more like you said, like curious, and I thought it was really adorable how excited he was by meeting a paleontologist.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you notice that he had a matching handkerchief that he
Yes.
wore around his neck?
Yes.
Because that's his hero that he's meeting?
Yeah, and he just tosses him aside.
Yeah. Sam Neill
Awful.
hates kids.
Dr. Alan Grant. Same diff?
Sure. I don't know that character names. But let's talk about how sexy Jeff Goldblum is.
oh man.
Because that scene that I imagine was absolutely in there. Where they just
Absolutely.
open a scene on him, shirt open, chest hair glistening, just looking like a sex pot. At one point, go ahead, Beth.
Oh, well, I was just going to add that this is after he had been, like, attacked by a T-Rex.
Yeah,
like,
he had
he's,
been,
like, laying in a hospital bed, essentially, and is still, like wind
Exuding.
is, like, blowing through his hair
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I love this character because he is presented as this super cool, all black rock star. He is called a rock star at one point, and he is a mathematician. Let us be clear. This character is a math nerd, but he is apparently the coolest math nerd in the world.
Yeah, he's like if Malcolm Gladwell was also sexy.
Yeah.
You know, like I got the impression he was like the pop cool math scientist guy.
Yes.
Who probably wrote books with one-word titles.
Yeah.
Oh, but that walk.
Yeah, there was a point. Let's talk about that. There was a point where it was just sort of a wider shot that was establishing something completely non-Jeff Goldblum related. Jeff Goldblum was walking into frame,
Strutting into
and
frame.
he apparently struck Molly with his presence so strongly that she like audibly, I don't know. Molly, do you want to speak to that experience?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, he had like this strut and like his shirt was kind of like off the shoulder. I don't know how to explain it.
The magic.
Turquoise necklace.
Yes,
It
it's the
was
magic of Jeffy G.
An aggressive quality to it.
It's a power he wields.
Yeah, went straight through the screen.
He's got swagger. There's no doubt about it.
He's got math swagger. He's got that math swagger.
Yeah, that's swagger. Yeah, and he definitely hits on Laura Dern like crazy.
Like hard.
Although he does back off once he realizes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not. I wouldn't call him a sleazeball.
No.
He's just like very comfortable with his sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like one of the more level-headed people in the movie. Like
Arguably the most level-headed.
yeah, he's skeptical from get-go.
Yeah.
And even once everybody is like totally won over by like, oh shit, dinosaurs, I love everything. He's like, you guys, no, you can't control nature. It's going to go badly.
Yeah.
We're all going to die.
But say that, but with some unique choices in where you pause to speak.
I like drum on my knees.
Oh, God, amazing.
That
like,
was my favorite part of the movie.
yeah, what did he say? He made some like pithy point about
Something
like...
like so profound.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
it was
he-
just like doop-a-doop.
Yeah, did a little drum riff on his knees. Like, yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
He's great. I
He
like
is
Jeff Goldblum.
great.
I do want to talk about the lawyer death. I think it's interesting. It's sort of a comedic death, right?
Yeah.
The whole bathroom falls away, and he's just sitting on the toilet. He's
Right.
not like pooping,
No.
but he's sitting on the toilet. And then
I mean, he
gets-
might have pooped at that point.
and then gets chomped by the T-Rex, and it's like, oh, the lawyer got it because we
Yeah.
hate him, even though he's like, he's not that bad. Like they
No.
make a lot of lawyer jokes, but he's got a job and he's doing it, and he's
Yeah.
not being really shitty.
No, he's just a
Yeah.
journeyman doing his job.
Yeah.
So I feel like that. I was like, this should be a really heavy moment. Like now we know, like, oh shit, the dinosaurs are going to kill us all.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was like, well, let's soften that blow, or if they just thought it'd be funny to kill the lawyer.
Right.
But I had a whole thing in my brain. I was like, oh shit, this should be a heavier moment where we know that our lives are fragile. They could disappear at any moment in
Yeah.
the T-Rex's
Yeah.
jaws.
The first time I saw that, I remember thinking that was very funny. And this time when we watched it, I was like, I just didn't think he was like a bad enough character
Right.
for it to justify like,
He's like-
that being funny.
Yeah, like his badness is basically like, I care about money. I snapped at a child, and that's it. Like those are his only sins in this movie.
Yeah. Is this because it's early 90s? We're coming off the 80s,
Yes.
the big stock market boom of the
Right.
80s,
Yeah.
where everybody's rich.
Yep.
But
Yes,
now,
everybody is rich.
but now it's looking like maybe we're not going to all be rich because the lawyers stole everybody's money or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and also he abandons the kids.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
he's not a
true.
great character.
Yes.
But he's just sort of like a kind of shitty dude doing his job.
Yeah, he's like the best, worst character in that part of the park.
Versus the Newman, when Newman gets
Dennis
killed.
Nedry.
Yeah, that's like, you're like fine with that because that
He's a
guy's real
dick.
shitty. Like
Yeah.
he put everyone in danger.
Yeah,
just
to
for
make
money.
yeah.
Is kind of a jerk. Like there's nothing good about him, right?
No.
He's not even tidy at his workstation.
Right.
At the workstation, he maybe puts shaving cream on pie.
Yeah, that's always confusing. Even as a kid, I remember thinking like, "That's not edible, is it?"
I think, yeah, I remember during that scene. So there's like an opening scene where they set up that he's going to steal embryos and sell them to
Another company. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got this shaving cream thing that he's going to store him in, but he like tests it out and then just drops it on the pie that he's eating.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I had a memory back to that moment, I think, where there was a time in my life where I kind of thought shaving cream and whipped cream were the same
Yeah,
thing.
me too. I was like, is there not a difference? Is
Yeah.
it all the same
And,
stuff?
like, I didn't quite understand, like, do you put, like, is it edible what you put on your face?
Right.
Yeah, there was
I bet a lot of kids got sick after watching
Right,
the movie.
and I'm sure that just reinforced the idea. Yeah.
I don't think I ever had that thought
No.
watching that. I think the idea is that somebody's going to take a bite out of that pie and have a rude awakening.
Well, you, to speak of gender dynamics, probably were never forced by pop culture and told by society that you would once be wielding a Barbasol can yourself.
well, on my legs.
Yeah, but they don't market. They market it toward
And
like
those-
gruff lumberjack men shaving that face.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably a lot. I used to, one time when I was a really little kid, I took a popsicle stick and pretended to shave my legs.
Sounds about right. Yeah, this is gonna be a real ignorant question.
Oh, good.
When women shave their legs, do they use shaving cream? Like just the same as I would use on my face?
Yes. Except for mine is raspberry scented.
But it still comes
And
out
she
as like
pays $1 more for
Yes.
hers.
Right.
a puffy
Well-
white whatever.
Yeah. The one I have now is pink. It's still pink. Yep.
Because like what the TV has taught me is
Yes.
that you just get sexy in the shower and shave your legs with water and soap, maybe. Like there's never anybody like shh and then like lathering up their legs and then shaving.
So it depends. Some people can use soap.
Some other people have more sensitive skin. And if you shave without shaving cream, you get red bumps on your legs.
Sure, yeah, razor burn.
Makes sense. We all experience razor burn.
Yeah.
I think we can all relate.
What we found is that we all are the same.
We're not so different after all.
Overall,
Except for the terrifying dinosaurs that will destroy us all.
they don't shave because they have feathers or scales.
Scales and feathers.
Scales and feathers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we got that settled.
Okay. The age-old question from Jurassic Park 1.
What do women use to shave their legs with, if not Barbasol?
Oh, boy.
So yeah, but the toilet scene is really just the beginning of their troubles.
Right.
Yes.
That's the first human death.
Yes. Well, the first human death of that party.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's the initial one in the very opening.
Yes, where some presumably Costa Rican man is killed by a raptor, and
Yeah.
their family is suing Hammond for
Yeah.
thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
which good for them.
20 million.
Good for
million.
millions of dollars, which
Yeah.
good for them. I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like honey, I'm going to go work for the terrifying predator park. You know what I mean? Like there's.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that the human life lost is not worth $20 million?
No, I'm saying good for the family suing because
To step up to that.
to step up to the fact that like they were like, hey, like underserved, I assume Costa Rican men come work for this terrifying lizard park.
Yeah.
You will get paid well. Also, these are hyper intelligent super killers.
There is a question I have. The lawyer is there
Yes.
because they're being sued. And so they need to prove that their safety measures are good enough, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I actually
Sort
this is the first time watching the movie I actually understood entirely why any of them went to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Actually,
Like when I was a kid, I was just sort of like, of course they're going to Jurassic Park. Like they asked
Yeah.
them to go to Jurassic Park.
I still don't get why Jeff Goldblum is there.
Okay.
Except for
Because he was
to be
invited
shirtless.
by
The lawyer.
The lawyer.
Who was probably what probably happened is the investors were probably like,
Yes.
"Oh, I'm reading the Wall Street Journal in my boardroom, smoking a cigar. Oh, there's an interesting article about this cool mathematician who knows about chaos. That seems troublesome, and that's exactly what I'm worried about at this island." And they call up a lawyer on their lawyer phone. It's like, Gennaro, get me the rock star mathematician and send him to Isla Nublar right away.
Yeah, that's probably how that went.
Got it.
And then Grant and Sadler are being brought in because the investors insist on having dinosaur experts sign off on the island.
right.
Well, Sadler is only there because she was hanging around.
Ooh,
Like,
sexism.
yeah, the lawyer says, like, you need 2 experts. And so Hammond goes to find Grant, Sam Neill's character.
Right.
And then the lawyer gets Jeff Goldblum. So those are the 2 experts they employed. But then when, like, they're being excited in the office, he's
Yes.
like, why don't you come along? I'd love to have a paleobotanist as well.
Do you think that was just to make sure Grant would come along?
Uh,
Like, bring the wife. It'll be fun.
yeah,
like-
you'll have a great time. You
You just attacked me with water. It's fine.
Diplo, Sword, Beth, whatever that thing is. But yeah, so
Yeah.
that's I didn't. That's
I didn't ever realize that.
Right, she's not really.
She's just a
even
hanger
supposed to
on,
be
even
there.
though she was incredibly crucial to
Oh, yeah.
keeping everyone alive over the course of that adventure.
It does remind them about sexism.
It
Well,
does.
but they weren't worried about the dangers of the horticulture. You know?
But she points out that they should have been.
Well, they
She's
should
like,
have
you
been.
put all
They
these
didn't
plants
know
out because they
that.
look pretty, but they're incredibly toxic.
well,
Hubris.
okay, I think all of that's fine. I'm just saying, I don't know that it is exclusively sexism that she was left out. If they were looking for a paleontologist,
Right.
specifically,
Yes.
It was sexist, as she does point out,
Yes.
when maybe I should go to save the day because I'm a man. And she was like, let's not talk about this now. I'm going to go save the day.
Right.
Yeah, she calls him out.
Not to mention he's
explicitly.
like 100 years old and uses a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real poor choice.
Yeah.
Versus Australian Hunter Man.
Yes.
Who's awesome.
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Muldoon, the game hunter / warden, the game master or whatever of Jurassic Park, is an amazing cartoon of a man who is dressed in all khaki, like short shorts, high socks, massive thighs coming out of those shorts. Like, that's probably why he's wearing the shorts, right?
Yeah.
To intimidate the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh, his thighs,
He's
yeah.
like, check out these thighs. Don't try anything.
And then that hat that you can buckle on one side to look like Crocodile Dundee.
Do you think that has something to do with, like, holding a gun? Is that probably what that's for?
I don't know. Yeah, why?
Like, it doesn't get in the way of your, like, shooting eye or something?
You can put your arm all the way
Your
up.
shoulder up to
Or maybe
your
if you,
ear.
like, or if you're holding the gun on a strap on this shoulder, you can, like, take it off without hitting your hat. Maybe that's what that is.
I would believe that.
Tweet at us what that hat is for.
Yeah, at Totes Recall Pod, hashtag, what with that hat?
Really? That's what you're going with?
I like it.
All right. What wit dat hat? All right.
Yeah.
Spell it however you please.
There's some questionable D or T's to use in that. Yeah. But he's great.
He's great.
I like him a lot. He's Kenyan.
Or
Right?
Well, he worked at Hammond's games park in Kenya. Like,
Yeah.
Hammond is like, he is he's got shit all over the world of like, here's a thing full of things. Go
Yeah.
pay me money to look at
He's
it.
like an amusement place guy.
I think he's just like an eccentric millionaire who's just like, I want Kenyan animals in my park.
But I feel like he made his fortune.
That's his thing.
Right?
Yeah. He's like if Walt Disney lived long enough to go insane, and because he totally would have, like, when he learned about genetic manipulation, he totally would have done this. He would have been like, guys, get all my Imagineers in here. We're going to build dinosaurs out of frog DNA.
Yeah.
And then he would cackle maniacally and then talk about how the dinosaurs would rise up and bring the Third Reich into okay.
Yeah, that sounds like Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Kind of is trying, or didn't he freeze himself?
I don't know if
His
that's
head.
true.
He
I
froze
think
his
that's
head.
got to be an urban myth.
Who
right?
knows, man?
I don't think so.
You think Walt Disney's head is really frozen somewhere?
Yes, I do. I know for a fact that that's a real thing,
That you-
right?
Head freezing?
Head
People,
freezing?
yeah, that's a thing you can pay for.
Sure.
Why wouldn't Walt Disney be a person who would do that? There's no.
That's a good
What
point.
I'm saying is, there's no reason why it's not true.
That logic checks out.
Yeah, totally
It must
checks
be
out.
true.
Totally checks out.
All right, well, tweet at us as well. If you work for Snopes.com with the hashtag #WhatWoultThatFrohead.
Come on. What I loved about Muldoon is like his first scene is him shouting at the giant mouth that I remembered as a kid, shoot her, when the raptor's like just ripping that poor laborer apart. But when he's first actually introduced by name, I love that he is basically presented as like the grizzled beat cop who's like getting too old for it. Like, he already like clearly hates the dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love how his attitude is just this very, just like macho, just like, you should destroy them all.
Right, that's what he literally says the first time we see him at the park
Yeah.
when they're like at the raptor pits.
Yeah.
He's like, I think we should kill them all.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
This is the guy. He works for you? It's like, this is the entire point of the operation is to have dinosaurs?
But,
Right.
I mean, it does beg the question, why do you also breed the most dangerous
Right.
animals?
Hubris.
People are going to see that. I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You could have just a bunch of peaceful herbivores.
See, but I take issue with that too, because later in the movie when they're in those trees and and Grant calls the brachiosaurs over, it's like, oh, don't worry, they're herbivores. It's like, herbivores can be real aggressive too, like huge dicks.
Yeah, elephants
Elephants are herbivores,
account for the most human
and they are
animal deaths
monsters
in Africa.
I
Yeah,
thought rhinos did.
I thought it was hippopotami.
Oh, yeah.
Hippopotamus is like 2.
it's hippos, water buffalo, elephants, rhinos. I think. Wait, there aren't that many rhinos left, are there? Maybe rhinos aren't on the list anymore.
I'm pretty sure elephants is number 1. I just learned this because I thought it was hippos.
Maybe they go back and forth.
Maybe they're
it
in a
switches.
race.
Yeah, a race to destroy humanity.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very reckless of Grant to be like, don't worry, they're herbivores. These giant monstrous creatures the size of a tree are completely harmless just because they eat plants? No.
Well, they seem nice.
Yeah.
They seem like giraffes.
But giraffes be mean to you too.
I once saw a giraffe, and this was one of my greatest zoo going experiences ever. I once saw a giraffe peacefully munching on its feed up in its little fake tree. Mm-hmm. A chipmunk enters its domicile, and the giraffe was not having it. It chased that chipmunk down like it was its sworn enemy, and you could tell like this was not an animal to be messed with. Is what I'm saying.
If you're a chipmunk.
If you're anyone, who knows how they'd react?
Size difference, like
we are the chipmunks of the brachiosaurus.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying that brachiosaur goes in to munch on some leaves right next to those people, right?
Yeah.
You think that if they start moving, the brachiosaur's not going to be like, oh, a startling creature I've never seen before. Smash, smash, chew, chew, rend.
Yeah, or it's like touching their face.
Right?
You know, what moved me most... I can't disagree because I've never seen a giraffe and how it reacts to hamsters. But I do feel
I said
like...
chipmunk. You're not even listening. You're not even listening.
So dismissive of the story. I love it.
But what really hurt me about that scene is that poor little girl.
Oh, Lex.
She experiences so much trauma.
Yes.
And there's this moment where she's finally brave enough to reach out her hand and try to touch this creature, and she just doesn't ever get a chance to. And then she just gets snotted all over.
Yeah, and you can see like there's like they hold the camera on her covered in snot, like she is quivering with a storm of emotions at that moment.
Like pretty much her faith in the world has eroded at that point.
Like she has realized at a young age, like the world is not looking out for me. If anything, the world is against me.
Yeah, and everything she gives a shot is pretty much turns on her, except for the computer.
Yes. So she'll turn to technology for her solace.
Yeah, I think that actress did a fine job.
Real good.
I mean, she's scared for the entire movie, pretty much.
Yes.
But yeah, just a good fear face.
She was the top reaction face of the whole show. Mm-hmm. Like she was great at it. Like that time when they think they're safe and they're eating all the delicious desserts, and she sees the raptor silhouette behind her brother. That is such a like visceral terror on her face while she tensely holds that Jell-O spoon.
Yeah. She should not be eating anyway.
She's a kid. She doesn't know.
Why shouldn't she be?
Because she's a vegetarian.
She's a vegetarian.
But she's a young vegetarian. She doesn't know better.
She's a 90s vegetarian.
Right. Yeah, right. Hey.
Sick burn 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that is a cool scene. I remember thinking it was cool and before and again when we watched it just now, when the raptor silhouette comes behind the mural where the raptor is also in.
Yeah.
In my brain, I thought they lined up perfectly,
right.
And they didn't, and maybe that would have been hokey.
Right. They probably did it the first take, had it line up perfectly, and they were like, that would never happen. Just make it close enough.
Yeah.
That precedes one of the most terrifying scenes ever, which is the kitchen scene.
Trapped in the kitchen with the raptors.
Trapped in the kitchen. And the raptors opening the door. In my memory, it took so much longer than it actually takes. My memory is like one of those frames and the doorknob quivers and then an event. Nope. They just pretty much get the door almost right away. It's a wonderful sequence. And I was surprised once again. There's a great moment where one of the raptors goes charging the girl and you know she's done for. But it's her reflection.
Yes.
Yeah. She's not done for.
Yeah.
Although, why is she trying to shut herself into a container?
Do you think that she understood the power of optics and was actually trying to bait the raptor into running into the reflection?
No.
No? We're not going to give her that credit?
No.
All right.
Her credit goes almost exclusively to knowing eunuchs.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, still to this day, my favorite moment of terrible movie computer portrayal.
Oh, it's amazing.
Where she brings up a graphic interface that's just like a map of the park, and she keeps saying, I just have to find the right file.
File
activate
is the word she
the
uses.
door locks, and then she finds the visitor center button on there and clicks it, and then suddenly all the doors lock. It's just so...
It's amazing.
It's so perfect.
It's amazing.
It's like 3 adults have been working on that all day trying to get the system back up.
Right.
Yeah.
And she just had to find it on a map.
Yeah.
Well,
And I guess I know they were trying to build tension, but it would have been such a nice relief after all of that, all those many, many moments of her being out of her element and incompetent, for her to just sit down and actually
bang out some commands.
Yeah.
that's actually a good point. Like, if she knows Unix, shouldn't she have just been like, command, like open a command window and just been like, locks, yes, and then...
Or even if she had to, like, search or, you know what I mean?
Right.
There still could have been some drama there,
Yeah.
And the movie even set up, like, that form of computing. Like, there is command line stuff that happens before.
There's a
Yeah.
great dramatic scene where Sammy Jacks is trying to get through Dennis Nedry's hacking code, and he's typing away, and then suddenly a little graphic of Dennis Nedry comes up and mocks him, which is adorable.
But I just believe a girl who has spent all her free time on a computer would be able to manage Unix. She could find that CGI bin.
Yeah.
Something.
You'd think she'd
I don't know.
you'd think she'd know how to be like, oh, I know a shortcut to just like search for the right box in an aerial photo of the map of the park that is also a Windows, like a graphic interface of like the filing system of the. It's very confusing.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
bananas.
man. But in terms of the technology, when they first get in those Jeeps, there's an interactive CD-ROM,
Yes.
which I had completely forgotten about.
Adorable.
How big a deal that was that you could have
Oh,
interactive
man.
CD-ROM.
Right?
Like when you got music that also had like a music video on there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's music and video on the same media? What's happening? The future is here.
Right.
I remember that.
Where every interface was exactly what you would expect. Like it would be, if you walked into an office, it would be a desk. And you click on the globe on the desk if you want to go see the world map. Like
Right.
everything was so literal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars.
Ah.
This movie.
Beth was sad they weren't Google.
I was very sad that they were on tracks because I feel like it's the future.
It's not the future. Though.
I know. I wanted it to be the future.
You wanted to be more
I mean, they
future?
figured out how to make dinosaurs.
But that was
Why
their
not make
focus,
a
right?
self-driving car? It's fine. Just losing a full dinosaur in my ratings because of it.
Really?
No, I'm just
Because
kidding.
of the tracks.
Because the car was on a track?
I'm just kidding. I don't care. Who cares?
Can we talk about how, however many years later, how that whole, like, initial T-Rex scene is still solid? Like, when it first
yeah.
shows up, like, when the car's shut down in front of the pen.
Oh, man.
Like, that whole thing where it, like, slowly emerges from its from its fencing and starts, like, just messing with the cars. That is still, like, super well done.
And
Yeah.
it goes on forever.
But, like, in a not bad way.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, tense. And just, like, holy crap, that thing is huge. And still looked really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the CGI, like, for 20 years later, the CGI wasn't perfect.
No.
But it was very, very good.
Yeah.
Like, incredible.
There were
actually.
definitely like the part at the beginning where they first see the first dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where like
Yeah.
Sam Neill kind of like gestures vaguely towards the dinosaur,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like you don't know. You
Yeah.
have no
Right.
idea what's over there.
Right. That moment, there's like, oh, you're obviously in front of a green screen.
Right.
But the dinosaurs still look great.
Yeah.
I think.
Like the T-Rex, especially, you can tell that's kind of where they poured the money in because
Yeah.
that was like the big moment in the movie.
Yeah, and they move really well. I
Yeah.
think Molly made this point that they, like, especially in the kitchen scene when the raptors
Yeah.
are running around, like, jumping up on stuff, the movement looks very realistic.
Yeah, it's
I guess I
believable.
have no idea how.
But it's believable. Like
Yeah.
it seems like an animal, like an actual animal would move.
Yeah. Chickens, right?
yeah.
Have they remade this movie with chickens instead of dinosaurs?
I bet someone has.
Chicken Run.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I would like to see that kitchen scene redone with chickens.
I bet if we search it on the internet, it exists.
You think so?
I think they have actually
Seems
done.
decent.
I think someone did do the kitchen scene with cats.
Oh.
I think that actually exists already. I feel like I saw that once, or saw something telling me that it exists.
Check out our newsletter for that link.
Or not if it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find it.
Or we'll just have a list of things we wish existed based on this movie.
Maybe we'll make it. We
Ooh,
won't.
No, we won't.
Unless you give, let's say, $40,000, then one of us can quit our jobs and
Right.
make that video.
Okay.
Won't be Molly. She already seemed panicked about the idea of giving $40,000 donation to make a cat Jurassic Park video.
Oh boy. Did we make any bets
Yeah.
besides the birds?
Birds and pterodactyls. Years. Blood waterfall.
Okay, so a lot of what I talked about in the first half did not happen in the movie that we watched, making me think that it all was from Jurassic Park 2. Now, so the scene where I talked about so the blood waterfall did not happen.
I remember that scene as well, though, I think, where, like, they're trapped against a waterfall and T-Rex's face, like, breaks the
That was
waterfall.
in a preview
and, like, sniffs at them.
of a movie I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I think it's in the second one.
Okay.
And the other part, too, when I was talking about the car getting pushed off of the edge,
Yeah.
I think that's actually, it happens again in the second one, except for they're in a trailer instead of in a tour car.
Sure.
So while it might have sounded like I had guessed it correctly, it's not the same scene.
Had you seen this movie before, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Had you seen it after you saw The Lost World?
I for sure saw the second one first.
Ugh.
Because I think I saw that one, and then it was like I didn't get a lot of the references,
Right.
Because when they go in the second one, they go to the island.
I think they go to a different
They
island
go to, like, a neighboring island where the dinosaurs have spread.
or something. Or it was like the backup pen or
There's
something.
for sure a point where they're on that island because they go into the center, like the place where the T-Rex is like going crazy at the end.
Yeah.
And it's all covered with plants.
Oh.
I think that
and-
might be the third one.
Yeah, you might be thinking of the third one.
I don't think I've ever seen the third
But the
one.
third one, I think, has some sort of bus or van getting tipped over.
I'm pretty sure the third one is like in ruins and the pterodactyls are trying to kill them.
Okay, I'm gonna
Are
have
you
to
sure
watch.
they're pterodactyls and not pelicans?
Yeah, it might just be pelicans.
It might be
Angry
like-
pelicans.
I might be thinking of the birds.
How could you?
Classic. But I could be wrong because I don't remember.
Maybe I'm gonna have to watch both of those movies.
Okay.
And I'll get back to you.
Yeah. We also bet that whales were bigger than dinosaurs.
Oh, we didn't look that up.
I forgot to look that up.
I did look it up,
Oh.
and they are bigger than dinosaurs.
Nice.
All dinosaurs?
That's what it said.
All whales are bigger than all
the
dinosaurs.
quote that Google pulled was, "Whales are bigger than dinosaurs, even the largest ones."
All right, then.
Oh.
Oh.
But did it get into the gradation that Dan proposed, where there is a dinosaur longer than a whale, yet might be less voluminous?
Probably, but
Massive. You probably
I
want to say
didn't-
massive.
Probably.
I didn't look that up.
Okay. Yeah, the density is probably fairly consistent.
Yeah,
So the
I'll have to do some research.
We're just throwing out units of measurement all over the place.
which animal is more dense?
Oh,
What the
boy.
densest animal is?
Oh, God.
I bet whales aren't that dense because blubber floats,
Buoyancy.
Oh.
but they're pretty big.
Yeah.
They're real big.
Okay, anyway.
And muscle, I think muscle is denser than fat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's
That's
sure
what
it
you
is.
tell yourself
Yeah.
when
Right.
you're not losing weight, even though you're exercising.
Right.
You're like,
Oh, muscle weighs more, so obviously
Yeah.
everything's okay.
Right.
So that would mean that Muldoon's legs alone would weigh like as much as a blue whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that in there?
Yeah.
What's bigger whales are involved in size? Another bet we had was about the Bechdel test.
Okay.
We
Oh, man.
we all gave it a hopeful yes.
Yep.
It was a really disappointing no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were two named female characters,
Yes.
obviously. But they
Ellie Adler.
maybe never really talked to each other at all.
They there was an implied conversation, but other than that implied conversation, they never talked to each other about anything.
And the implied conversation was about Dr. Grant.
Yeah.
So,
It is a real
Rough.
bummer. And there could have been some easy line swaps, like if Laura Dern had said something that Sam Neill said that, didn't need to come from that character. Like, there's
Yeah.
no reason.
yeah.
That would have nailed it.
Because they were hanging out a lot. They
Yeah.
were all together for a while.
Yeah.
On a tour.
But maybe that was a conscious choice
Okay, okay.
on Professor Sadler's part.
Right.
Because she wants Professor Grant to be won over by these kids. So she takes a back seat
Yeah.
to their interactions and just tries to pull the strings from.
Yeah, she really rolled the dice on that because, like, his grandkids could have been like monsters. She didn't know. She'd only met them a minute before that.
Yeah, well, she had a woman's intuition that they were good kids.
There was sort of a weird shot where, like, when they run up to Grandpa, they like panned up to Laura Dern, and she sort of had this like, "Oh, I know what's afoot."
Yeah. Yeah, she's really pushing that kid agenda.
Yeah,
I mean,
Not
I
that
don't know.
much,
I think
though.
there was something actually a little bit more whimsical in it than a full-on agenda of children.
Sure.
I think she was like, either way, this will be entertaining for all of us.
True.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
she was messing with him a little bit.
Not to
Plus,
m-
this is karmic retribution for terrifying that poor child in the opening
right.
scene.
It's true.
Also, maybe a part of her, like a quiet voice, was like, "You go in the car with the kids. I'm going to stay back here with one Jeffy G,
Yeah.
who is clearly DTF. His shirt's already half open.
got
He's
huge rings.
dripping water on my hands and disgusting my skin and like getting pretty grabby. Actually, there were a couple of moments where he's like, "You are invading her personal space a little more than you probably should at this point."
That's all right.
Right?
That's all right.
Jeffy G, right, Molly?
Man, he's got nothing but charm.
There was a point when he was like holed up in the bunker, like after we got that amazing, immaculate shot of him.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, I was just like, really? He like at any point he could have buttoned up that shirt. Like he's just been sitting there for hours.
He's got to let it breathe. It's an engine. Yeah. You can tell it's hot because he's sweating so much. He's got like transition lens glasses.
just
Yeah.
so much. Just everything about him was incredible. Whoever did the costuming on this movie should be applauded because
I believe it's his own wardrobe. I believe he owns giant rings and turquoise stone necklaces.
Yeah. And his just speech patterns and like choice of laughs even throughout the movie. There's an amazing his first initial introduction when he's asked them if they dig up dinosaurs, and then he has this insane, inhuman laugh in the helicopter, and like the internet has embraced it so fully. There's actually this like beautiful like electronic music track that is based entirely on that laugh from the helicopter. And it is so good. I encourage you all to look it up. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think if you just Google Jeff Goldblum laugh music, it'll come up. It's great.
It'll also be in our newsletter. Subscribe at totesrecall.com.
Well, one thing I do want to say about the helicopter between the beginning and the end is at the end, the script economy is incredible. They get a lot done with just a look.
Yeah.
And with kind of, it's actually a very peaceful, very cool moment. And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that definitely could have been a scene where they really like thumbed in some witty one-liner,
From Jeffy G, probably.
probably, and that would have been forgiven because it would be from him.
Yeah, and we'd all swoon a little. and-
Yeah. But they didn't. Yeah, like you said, they do the looks. There's
Yeah.
like one where like the two kids are on Sam Neill, and Laura Dern gets into like the looks like you do like kids after all look, and he's like, yeah, I guess I do.
Like a little knowing, like, oh, you.
Yeah, like they're gonna go make a baby as soon as they land.
Totally. A perfect human, non-genetically modified baby. Because
Yeah.
they have now learned the hubris of man is genetic tampering.
Yeah.
That's all. Also, he looks at birds and he's like, oh, the evolution, whatever.
Yeah.
Life. Which is funny because in the book, it's funny you say that because in the book, at the end of the book, when they're flying over the island, the last thing Dr. Alan Grant sees is a bunch of raptors like shrieking up at them before they get firebombed by the Costa Rican government. Spoiler alert for the book Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's intense.
Yes, it is.
Maybe I'll read that book.
Yeah. Well, what did you think? Did it make your 5 dinosaur rating?
I actually think it didn't quite hit my 5 dinosaur rating.
What?
I would give
Daniel
it like
Jaquette.
I know. I think it hits like a 4.5. I still really like this movie, but it didn't like there was something that was missing, and maybe it was just because I've seen it before, or it was because on a smaller screen or whatever. But like the intensity that I remember from first watching this movie wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
The kitchen scene was still very intense, but like I knew where some of the surprises were coming. and I was like maybe feeling for the dinosaurs more and like rooting for the humans just slightly less. That it didn't like just wrap me up in it wasn't a nonstop thrill ride for me. There were some limited stops. It was like an express thrill ride. So I still really liked it, but 4.5 dinosaurs.
Okay.
From me. Molly, you initially gave it 4.
I did. I would actually give it 5.
Oh.
In viewing it again, I think I had a similar experience where there weren't as many surprises, but I think I noticed a lot more, especially Richard Attenborough's character has so much more depth for me this time, and I felt much more empathetic. And then also in the early moments when Grant sees the dinosaurs for the first time, I had this moment of awareness of what it might be like to be validated in something that you've worked for a long time in theory. And it reminded me of being a history major and doing all of this primary research and just dying to just talk to somebody and find out how things actually were. Like, if there's a part of me that longs, and I think it's all of us do. We all long to travel in time and see things that we'll never experience. And they captured all of that. I mean,
so
I don't know how you...
your dream would be for a John Hammond to come to you and be like, we've genetically recreated all
Benjamin
the crucial
Franklin.
figures of American history on this Costa Rican island behind electric fences.
Oh my gosh.
You guys know, if I could meet Benjamin Franklin, I had the biggest crush on
Shoot
him.
him!
He'd probably make a pass at you.
He was the Jeffy G of his day,
Yeah.
right?
He'd definitely have transition lenses.
Yeah.
He would have transition bifocals.
Exactly. He was a big nerd, but he also was a sex machine.
Yeah.
He was kind of a dick, but people still respected him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I would say I would bump this up to a 5.
Oh.
Although I will point out that my dinosaurs were smaller than yours, so maybe I agree with you that like there were certainly some things where you're just sort of like there's not quite the thrill of like the initial experience, but I haven't seen it in so long that I was just so delighted with how much of it was still like rock solid.
Yeah.
Like really that entire T-Rex scene, like as soon as that scene started, like all of my memories of a kid came flooding back of just reading like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life because I was such a dinosaur nerd, and suddenly there's like this relatively realistic seeming T-Rex doing T-Rex stuff.
Yeah.
And it was great. And I agree with Molly where that now watching it so removed from childhood nostalgia, like it was actually kind of interesting to like see these characters from a more adult perspective, and like you do actually like I related more to a lot of their perspectives now than when I was a kid. It was more just sort of like, oh, this is crazy cool or whatever. But now it's actually really interesting to like, yes, kind of understand all of their grown-up views about the dinosaur island.
I would do 4, and mine is going to drop down to 4 because I think I like the second one better.
Well, I can't talk to you.
Here's why though. The second one is primarily Jeff Goldblum.
I know.
He's like the star of that
I know.
one. All right, but
it also has a like 20-minute Godzilla homage at the end where the T-Rex like washes ashore on American mainland. And it's dumb. It's dumb.
And just ravages.
Line in the sand. Lost World is terrible. I don't care.
well, 4 dinosaurs.
Still great. Still great.
Oh, yes, great.
Speaking of how great things are, yes, nailed it. We like to read 5-star reviews left on iTunes for those that have left it. So either in an impression of a character from the movie we just watched, or Dan as Nick Cage. So are there any?
Just do Jeffy G. Jeffy G reading a 5-star review.
I feel like I can't. Here, I'll try and do Muldoon.
Okay, perfect.
Who is, I think is Australian, but is not. So this is from Nickname Mike Name. Thank you, 5 stars. Called Totes Recommended. Oh, crikey. And nope.
No, just go. Go
about this podcast. The people, the movies they choose, the theme song made of oomph. They really got a lot of good things going for them. My favorite...
You've gone Scottish. You're Hammond now. Just roll with it. You're Hammond.
My favourite part is Jaquette's bits, because when he's right, I buy myself a treat. Ooh.
Yay.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that was amazing.
So thank you, nickname, Mike name. Please, if you would like your review read on air, leave one on iTunes.
And how could you not after that?
Ooh, that was rough. That was a rough attempt at an accent.
Oh,
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts, America.
Ooh.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.
Bum, ba, 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 ba,
Dinosaurs live on the island.
Raptors.